Hi guys, so I am back today with another review and demo for you guys, and I feel like I have filmed so many of these, but it's just one of those times where I just have a lot of new things to share with you guys, and I guess it's better to have things to talk about than nothing to talk about at all. So today we're going to be reviewing a brush set for you guys. I actually was contacted by a company called Docolor, and they are a brush company. So they have a ton of brush sets to choose from that they sell on the Amazon website, and I will leave a link to this exact brush set down below. I will say that Docolor definitely has a good selection of brush sets to choose from. A lot of them are very on trend, a lot of good affordable brush sets to choose from, and so I wanted to get a brush set that was synthetic and unique because I do have a lot of brushes, so I didn't want to get the same thing. So when I saw that they had this brush set, I was all about it. This is $27.99 on the Amazon website, and I have used pretty much all of the brushes to create the look that I am wearing today, that I am sporting today. I didn't apply my eyeshadow with these brushes, but I did do my eyebrows with one of these brushes. So I tried to really try out every single brush so I can really tell you all about it. So the reasoning behind these brushes, just to give you a little background, these were actually created for people to apply makeup on themselves. They are actually facing towards you, so it actually makes application really easy, as opposed to your standard brush, which is actually upright and is actually meant to do makeup on other people. So I actually really like the concept. I actually love the bristles of these types of brushes because they are super dense, and so your actual makeup product just sits on top of the brushes as opposed to soaking up into the brushes, and then you're not actually getting a lot of product onto your face. So with these types of brushes, your foundation actually lasts a very long time because you only need the slightest bit of your foundation to get the coverage that you want, because no foundation is soaking up onto the brush, which I really like. And it actually makes your brushes very easy to clean since they are so densely packed. Nothing is really gunky on the inside. It's just really just on the top layer of your brush. So I really dig that. So the brushes are kind of curved, if you can see that there, which I really like. I'm not sure if the Artis brushes are curved in this manner, but I actually really like that because I feel like there is a little bendability, if that even is a word, but it bends slightly, so you can really get into every nook and cranny, every contour. I really like these brushes a lot. They do feel very well made. There's no real funky smell besides the smell of my makeup at this point. But yeah, I did clean these brushes, and there was just a slight bit of shedding, but not really much. I mean, they're very densely packed, so there really wasn't much shedding at all. What I like about these brushes is you get a bunch of oval shaped brushes, which happen to be my favorite because I'm very familiar with these types of brushes. I actually have a Etude House brush that is, I believe, very similar to this one. It's the Etude House 121 brush, and it's very nice, very well made as well. But for 10 brushes for $28, that's pretty impressive. I believe the Etude House brush, and you only get one, is $16, and a Artis brush can run you like $50 for one brush. So definitely a bargain, this little collection here. So you have your oval shaped brushes. So you have 5 oval shaped brushes, which is excellent, in all different sizes. Then you get your linear brushes, which is definitely new to me, and I feel like these are a little bit of a learning curve. I definitely have to work with these a little bit more, but these are really awesome. I actually use these for highlighting, and I used these for my brows, and I liked the results. So you have a little a little one, a middle-sized one, and then the largest one. So you get 3 linear-sized brushes. And then you get these, which are smaller and they're circular. I don't know exactly what to use these for. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know down below. But I don't think that I didn't use this brush at all because I just don't know what to do with this brush. This one right here, I mean, they're both very similar, but this one is domed. So it does have a domed tip to it. And I can see this for concealing, like concealing like underneath the eyes. Or just placing primer on your lids, but I don't really know what else I would use this for. I did use this for priming my lids, just placing the primer onto my lids, not really blending it because it doesn't really do a good job for that. And then there's this one that is similar to that one, but this one is flat. It has a flat top. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe cleaning up the eyebrows, I can see that. Maybe just placing shadow onto the lids, or maybe placing shadow onto the crease. I probably should have tried that, but I think I will try these for the eyes next time and see what happens. But I will say that these all perform so wonderfully, so beautifully. I didn't really have any problems with any of these. They do not feel cheap. They do the job. They're very nice for blending all of your makeup very easily and very nicely and very seamlessly. Yeah, so I honestly don't have anything bad to say about these because since I did use the Etude House brush, I am familiar with these types of brushes, and I feel like these are definitely on par with those. So I did use the larger brush for placing my primer, and I feel like this is really great for foundations or primers. If you have like a bronzing type of serum, that's also great for these as well. And I've used this brush for all of those things, and I love it. It's the largest brush. I will say that the numbering system is a little bit different than the Artis. It's actually the exact opposite. For instance, this is 1. So it's 1 through 10, and 10 being the smallest brush, and then 1 being the largest brush. For the Artis brushes, 1 is actually the smallest brush, and 10 would be the largest brush. So the numbering system is switched, but I mean, the numbering system isn't really a big deal. There isn't any numbers on the actual brushes. So I guess if you're like a YouTuber, if you do, you know, makeup tutorials and things like that, the numbering system is important, but for the most part, for the average makeup user, it's not really a big deal, but just to let you know. So for this one right here, I typically just use this for foundation. You can probably use this for powder products as well, like powder bronzer, and I think it would work well. But for the most part, I like to use these for liquid products. I think that's where these perform the best. And then there's this one. I use this one for blush, and it did the job beautifully. I think that this is big enough for blush. It's a little bit too small for foundation, although you can still use this for foundation. You can also use this for contouring, for blending out contour if you feel this is the appropriate size. But yeah, this is a good one as well. And then there's this one. I use this for color correcting or for concealing, and I think that this is like the perfect size for both of those things. And it just blends both the color correcting products and the concealing products beautifully. And those types of products can be a little bit more on the thicker side, but I do not have a problem with this brush. So this one right here, I use this for contouring. It's a little bit on the smaller side, but I actually like it for, you know, chiseling the cheeks and things like that. So this is my contouring buddy, and I like to use my cream products for this. And then these 2 linear brushes I actually used for my brows. This one I used with the IT Cosmetics Build a Brow Universal Taupe Brow Pomade. And it didn't pick up too much product, which I liked, but you definitely have to be a little bit careful because your brows can get a little bit too dark. If you want to just have a very natural brow and nothing too defined, these are perfect for that. But again, you know, you do have to work with this a little bit more. I'm still not a pro with these types of brushes, but it did give me a really nice brow. So I did like this one. And then I use this for my powder, just to smooth everything out. So I just use my Anastasia brow powder in dark brown and just kind of blended my pomade a little bit. So I do like this one. And then I tried out highlighting with this one. This is the number 6 brush. And this is the largest of the linear brushes. And I actually used a liquid highlighter. I used the I'm Mimi I'm highlighter. And this is a beautiful like golden liquid highlighter. It's really, really pretty. So I used this with my highlighter. I used it on my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, on my cupid's bow. And it just, you know, my highlight shows. As you can see, it's pretty prominent. It didn't blend it out too much, which sometimes you can blend out your highlighters with a dense brush a little too much. So I typically use a more fluffier brush with my highlighters, but it worked out really well. So I do like this. And then again, these two brushes, I just don't quite know what to do with them. Overall, I will say that this brush set is a good investment. It's $28. You get 10 brushes. You even get a really big oval brush. And I feel like just for this brush alone, this is worth like $20. It's a really good brush. You can do so much with it. You can use it for primers, serums, your foundation. You can even use it for concealer as well. Pretty much anything. And then you get to try out some other oval shape brushes, some linear shape brushes, some circular shape brushes, a little bit of everything. I feel like you can pretty much do a full face of makeup with these brushes alone, besides your eye makeup, of course. But this is a really good face brush set. And if you were someone who wanted to try the Artis brushes, but you feel like it's a little bit too steep of a price, this is a really good set to try out. And if you are really in love with these types of brushes, then maybe you can invest in the Artis brushes later in the future. So I will leave a link to these brushes down below. I hope that you guys enjoy this review and demo, and I will see you guys in the next one.